Wingspan is a place full of birds. Your goal is to build a wonderful preserve that will lead you to victory. Learn new facts about birds. Blue jays can carry up to 5 acorns. Discover new species. Help them lay eggs. Gain food. Or even hunt. Become a bird enthusiast. Wingspan, a relaxing strategy game.
Lavender Legal Center is a nonprofit providing legal representation and related advocacy by and for LGBTQ Iowans. Lavender provides direct representation, advocacy, and referrals, with a priority for serving those with low income and LGBTQ youth. Lavender operates with 4 main core values. The first is equity, recognizing that legal aid and related advocacy are basic human rights. Second is inclusivity, providing equal access to services for those who are marginalized. Third is dignity. LGBTQ people are worthy of advocacy no matter their specific need for assistance. And fourth is compassion. LGBTQ people in need of legal services come to the matter with great vulnerability. To best serve those individuals and families, Lavender Legal Center must have concern and understanding for their sufferings. Your support of Lavender Legal Center helps further the mission to provide legal services, advocacy, and resources for the LGBTQ community. Together, we can build a more equitable, inclusive, dignified, and compassionate future.
Hello and welcome to Roleplay Give. Thanks for joining us tonight. We're down a bone splitter for our return to Navyshla, the Donnacam cycle. But we are going to press on a little bit tonight. Might be a truncated game tonight, but still get the ball rolling again. We haven't played since August, so and it was before that. We published this in August, but I think it was a July game. So we're back. We're back. We're going to explore this world of Navyshla on the eastern seaboard of the world. Our heroes, heroes a word we haven't really been using with this group. Our group of adventurers, our explorers, are thrown together, sort of wayward souls.
Fuck ups.
Yeah, fuck ups works. I have to check to make sure I still have the not for children warning up. Anyway, kids, go to fucking bed. This isn't for you. Okay.
Can we just put that on Ed? Because he's really the only one that says fuck.
Yeah, I'm the only one who ever says that word.
I say it a lot. You know,
That's fucking bullshit.
I also say dick move a lot. So, all right.
Apropos of nothing, if you have not watched any of Dimension 20's Mentopolis, it's an adaptation of Kids on Bikes.
Okay.
But they're all playing emotions and thoughts in someone's brain.
Nice.
And it's really awesome. And one of them is playing Dan Fucks.
F-U-C-H-S.
Nope.
No.
F-U-C-K-S.
Nice.
Nice.
And he's from the pleasure center of the brain.
Nice. Nice.
Have any of you ever watched the show Suits?
Yeah.
Kate and I are watching it. We missed it the first time around, and we're watching it now. and the character whose name is Sheila's ass. Every time they say her name, we both giggle.
Sheila Sass, is there supposed to be her name?
Yep,
But
it's SZAS, Sass.
oh,
But the
okay.
way if you say it with her first name, it's Sheila's ass.
Nice. I'm sure that was intentional, of course.
Yeah,
I'm I'm glad we saved this whole exchange for after we went live.
Yeah, but this is the best way to bring people into the camaraderie and the high class.
I do believe my next character, the last name will be Zass.
Okay.
This is welcome to middle-aged men hanging out.
All right, but
Percy, what are you watching on the TV?
Hockey.
Right. I can't really talk about that.
No.
But this.
Although you guys don't really have a team over there in your part of the world anymore, do you?
What are you talking about? We got 2 teams.
Which ones?
The Oilers and the Flames?
Oh, no, I meant professional hockey teams.
Oh.
Wow, that's just mean.
He's in Florida. He doesn't know fuck all about
Tony's
hockey.
from Detroit and Red.
Hold on. I grew up in Detroit.
Red Wings.
You live in Florida. You made a choice. Now you have to live with it.
Yeah. And I would like to point out that Detroit's not doing very well.
No, they're
the last
not.
couple of years.
No.
They're not.
No.
And we have their general manager now, so yes.
You got Scotty
We'll
Bowen,
ransom
right?
him back for some Tim Hortons.
No, the general manager. I can't remember his name.
Oh,
For a cup of coffee and a donut from Tim Hortons.
That's right. You give us a Tim
Uh-huh.
Hortons, you can have the manager back. Well, Detroit loves Tim Hortons, so like you can't shake a cat in Detroit without hitting a Tim Hortons. Okay, what the fuck are we doing? Let's play some D&D.
I'd like to go back just for a second before we play the D&D though, because this whole idea of sticking a cat in Detroit.
Yeah.
I feel like that went sideways somewhere before it exited.
You can't swing a dead cat without, is what I meant to say. The old phrase.
You got it. Okay. Yeah, I got
We
it.
should probably get enough of them to try.
I mean, frankly, I don't know why anybody's swinging a dead cat either, but
No, it's probably not healthy for you or the cat. Well, the cat doesn't care. But
Cat's well past caring at that point.
all right. Kids, go to fucking bed. All right. So, this group of people met in the village of Crimson Witch, gathered around the funeral of one of the town's founders, Delia Undercrust, I think. I don't remember. It's been a while. And she had mysterious tattoos on her feet that turned out to be the way to get to the treasure inside of the mine that she owned to the west. So these group left for the Crimson Tor Mountains, went into Delia's mine, survived several traps, a couple of monstrous sort of attacks on them while they were going through this abandoned mine, and found the greatest treasure was what appears to be the egg of a dragon. Now, it's important to know in Navyshla, dragons aren't like just very powerful mystical creatures. They are the gods of the world. And so they are walking around with the egg of a god. And they have been doing so for about a week after they left the mine. Now they've been traveling down. I'm going to go to this map here. You guys were already on it. But they began, well, they were in the Crimson Tor Forest, in the Crimson Tor Mountains here. They made their way down. They encountered some bandits who sort of made it so one of their companions felt like he needed to split. There was a price on his head, and he felt like he was endangering everybody by staying with them, with the egg being there. and so he left, and so they went farther south down Pentapass, and I believe we got to White Abbey uh, at the end of the last session, and they have entered that. It's a large town. And we're doing some shopping, I believe, where they have procured from a tailor a couple of ways of disguising the egg, although none of us can remember because it was a long time ago what that was. So I'll entertain any ideas as to what the tailor made. Uh, what was tailor made
Well,
for hiding the?
I don't remember what the tailor made. The tailor was the girl that I seduced in the bar.
Okay,
Inside.
so Percy said it's the girl I seduced, and that's when Ed's yay went off. So in my ear, I heard that was the girl I seduced. Yay!
It wasn't me. It wasn't me. It was
Oh.
Pruno.
Oh, Dot cheered. Okay. I automatically assumed it was Ed. Oh, yeah, because Dawson subscribed. Thanks so much for the subscription. Thanks, Ed, for the subscription. Appreciate it from both of you. And that's a great yay, especially after we heard that Cove has seduced somebody. Yay! So,
Oh, got some.
Yep, Cove got some. So, oh man, this is just weird. Okay. You said that you seduced the tailor.
The tailor in Pentapass, I think.
Yes.
And then she came down to the White Abbey to sell some of her tailoring
That's
supplies.
right. So she traveled with you. You guys acted as guards for her. Right. Perfect. Thank you. That helps.
And I think it was less that she disguised the egg and more that we were transporting her goods, which gave us cover.
That's what it was.
I think originally I went in there to see if she could make something to cover the egg so that we weren't just carting around a big egg everywhere. But
well, either will work for. And then I believe you guys. I could hear a one-sided conversation because I was muted for our stream. Muted.
Mooted.
I
You
was
were muted.
muted.
Kathy.
From now on, whenever
That will not be funny to anyone.
No, but I think from now on, whenever there's a technical glitch, it's always me, but I think I'm going to refer to it as Kathy. Kathy forgot to turn the sound on. Kathy didn't turn the... Hey! Kathy, we're muted. All right. So, anyway, so Cove did get, like, through his wiles, did get you guys on this wagon, this gig of protecting her as you guys moved down from Pentapass down to White Abbey. I remember from a one-sided conversation, not remember, I listened this morning to, because I couldn't hear me, that you guys, it was raining, and you talked your way in. I believe Cove bribed the guard with 2 gold to let you guys in without too many questions asked so that you didn't have to stand out in the rain so much. I don't know how that actually ended up working because all I heard was Percy say, I slipped 2 gold in his hand and say, come on, man, it's raining. And then I don't know what happened next.
They were going to search our cart, so in order for that not to happen, I gave them a couple gold and they let us go on our way.
Perfect. And we must have ended soon after that because I think there was only like 5 minutes on the stream. So, you guys are at night. You have entered White Abbey. There are a number of inns for you to choose from. I think I gave you a number of names before, but let's just come up with some more now. Do you want to stay somewhere on the edge of town? Maybe a little bit more on the adventurer side. It's not as nice. It's the bargain place to stay. But nobody asks your name. Nobody's got you in a guest book. Or do you want to move into a nicer inn towards the center of town?
The nicest.
Okay. Is that what you guys are planning to do?
Where does the tailor usually stay?
She tends to... Okay, so I've put you guys on this map. I don't know that you have tokens, so you probably can't see, right?
No, I
can
can
see
see.
the whole dang thing.
Oh, I must have turned on the global illumination. Good for me. Okay. So, however, I apparently cannot unpause the game. What's going on?
That seems problematic.
Yeah, spacebar's supposed to unpause this. Why can I not unpause? I'm gonna refresh mine real quick here, which may boot you guys. I don't know.
I tested it. I can't unpause it either,
I got
just
it.
in case.
I had to restart. So, okay. So, you guys are on Villiers Avenue coming. Can you guys see that I've added some names of streets here? So you guys are around here at Villiers Avenue. The gate was up here. Just by the way, don't use these as the. If we're going to use these squares, we're going to say they're 10-foot squares. Okay. It's not a huge
They're
city.
all such tiny houses.
Um. Yeah, I guess maybe it's a 20-foot square. That probably makes more sense, right? 20 foot for the square for a house. Most of these,
Yep.
because I think my house is really, if I were to shoot a laser, it'd be like 35 from one end to the other. So, um, okay, so
Fucking laser beams at your house.
I do
I know, right?
right here, man.
Shooting lasers at your house.
Oh, God damn it, Paul.
You're blinding the interwebs.
I'm blinding the interwebs. All right, so you guys are on Villiers Avenue, and there's a bunch. There's not a bunch. It's wet and it's dark, and you see some people. There are um, I don't know. Cove, you've been around. Um, this might be. I mean, Ulfer's a little like naive and from the north, and came in from the wilderness into Crimson Witch, and this might be one of the larger settlements he's moved into. He'd been around a little bit. I don't want to tell your story for you, Tony, so you tell me if that's not correct. But
Absolutely true.
so there's looks like this is seedy. There are people who are asking if people are interested in buying some sludge. Sludge seeming to be a euphemism for a narcotic. There are uh, 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 sex workers on the street. There are. This is not the nicest part of town, and your tailor, whose name I cannot recall, is sort of moving briskly down Villiers Avenue towards Plough Street. And she says, "This is a good place to get a disease."
I was wondering the best place for such things.
Oh, well, you found it. So, I mean, if you wish to stay here, you can. I will not be. I will be staying over at the Needle and Thread on Plough Street. You're welcome to join me. I am certain I can get you rooms as well. But the
Sounds good.
coin will be a little higher. But you seem to be gentlemen of means. And by the way, you guys were going to be puppeting Bone Splitter, but I don't want to put him in harm's way because I didn't ask him specifically who would puppet him. So, well, he's with you guys, but we're not gonna have anything. What's the coin flip? I didn't. Oh, hey, thanks, Ed. There was a donate. I forgot that I made it coin flip. Uh, you guys, you have, what is that, 20 bucks? Is that a party reroll or is that two party reroll?
I don't know. We don't have anything listing what it does.
I think donate still works. No, it doesn't.
Give is what does it, but it only gives you a link to the thing.
All right.
Nothing told me what anything was worth, so I just put $20 in.
We'll find out really quickly here. But what do you guys wish to do as you're walking down Plough Street? Or I assume, do any of you wish to stay on Villiers Avenue, which does curve down to the south? Villiers Avenue breaks off from Plough Street and goes into Chastain Square down south of you. The whole place is not huge. There's no districts per se. It's just that Villiers Street's a little rough.
Oh, I would like to go to the nice place.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. It is 2 silver a night to stay at the Needle and Thread, which is well above the 5 copper that it would be to stay anywhere in Villiers Street. However, in Villiers Street, you're starting to get the idea that maybe if you stay there, you might pay more in incidental costs, so to speak. So, all right, you are taken uh, to Plow Street. I was going to ask. I don't. I can look on your sheets, but can you guys tell me what your passive perceptions are?
And that would be found.
16.
If you look on your main sheet, if you look at perception, just add the bonus from whatever your perception bonus
Who's this
would
guy
be.
we're streaming?
Oh my God, is it showing that?
Who's that? Canute?
That was whoever Stream Elements uses as their like. Here's the guy. I was going to look on Stream Elements for why my timers don't work anymore. Uh, so, all right. Now log in. Tell me what I want. Anyway, so you got a 16 from
Ben.
from Ben, sorry, and I Cove, and do we know from Ulfer's going to be too busy carrying the egg.
You were gonna tell me how to figure out what my passive perception is.
If you go to your sheet and look at your bonus for perception, add that to 10,
Right.
and that's your
There's
passive.
it's also in parentheses right next to the bonus.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
so it's
That
14.
is your passive.
Okay, 14.
And
Yep.
mine is 11.
Okay. So, Ulfer and perhaps Cove is in conversation with. I'm going to give her a name again. It's going to be a new one. Her new name is uh, Micheline.
That's her White Abbey name.
Yeah, that's what she goes by in White Abbey. From now on, you call me Micheline. Yes? Okay. Uh, so, Cove is just caught up with Micheline as they're walking. Perhaps even she's thrown her arm out to him as they walk onto the somewhat nicer cobblestone streets of Plough Street. Um, but as you're leaving the Villiers Avenue and turning slightly left onto Plough Street, both uh, both Ulfer and Ben see sort of just catches your eye ever so slightly. It's in an alleyway, and uh, the first thing is just a glint of light catches your eye, and then you look and you see that there is a dead cat in the alley. What
Ooh, swing it.
wouldn't necessarily stop you in your tracks, except for it looks slightly frozen and desiccated.
Also, we're streaming the website you're on again.
Damn it!
It's a good thing you don't watch porn when we're playing.
Yeah,
We're going to have to talk to Michelle about doing a better job.
yeah.
Kathy,
Kathy!
we're muted.
Sorry, everybody. All right, this is, you know, why we should really get really big and famous and hire a producer to handle this. All right, Kathy. We're hiring Kathy. All right. So what you see is this desiccated, frozen. It's almost like when it froze, it had all of its warmth, like the fat. And then Ed, don't go towards Call of Cthulhu because it's the same thing but different. like all of the fat was melted off of its body, but it was almost like it was stripped out for its warmth and left it frozen and cold instead.
Well, that's a hell of a thing.
Is that normal in these parts?
You're asking the wrong guy.
Ah, it's rewards now, Ed. I'm gonna change it to donate, or
Well,
give.
we have both. So
Oh,
give brings up the legal lavender legal,
okay.
and rewards tells you what you get for it.
Okay, rewards is the one you want to type in. So
I did. I
there we
found
go.
that
Cool.
because your timer went and it gave it to me.
Oh, okay. Uh, all right, so you did 20. So you have a wild magic surge if you'd like, or you can do two party rerolls, or
We're gonna double up on the party rerolls.
all right. So that'll be 8 party rerolls to the group.
Now, if we got that weird book, then I'd do a wild magic.
Well, someday maybe we'll make that work. All right, so we're up to 25. I need to change party rerolls to actual roll count is now 8. All right, you guys are in good shape for rerolls. And you see this cat, and the Cove and Micheline don't seem to notice at all. Bone Splitter doesn't notice at all. Bone Splitter's like, this egg's getting heavy. Guys, this egg's getting heavy.
Well, you should have thought of that before you got so big and strong.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Anyway,
Under
What
the
are
end.
I tell you
what are we
guys
gonna
about
do with
this
the
time
egg
I
when
was
we?
at this bar and
Oh, I didn't. We weren't bringing the egg into town. Our whole thing was finding a place outside of town to stash it.
that's true. But you aren't in the main town that you're going to in your long journey yet anyway.
But we weren't bringing it into a town.
Any town, okay. Uh, well, if you guys want to retcon back, because I don't remember if you
I
stashed it
thought
or not. I
I
don't
thought we
remember.
stashed it, but I don't remember either. I don't remember details.
Anybody
Can
remember stashing the egg? Because
no.
if all right,
Can we just have Chris, our boat splitter,
mm.
stay outside of town with the egg?
And he's gonna look for a place to stash it.
Yeah.
Okay, I can side quest that with him over the next 2 weeks, so that's what he's doing while you guys are in town. Does that sound good to you guys?
Sure.
Okay, that's what we'll do. All right, so you don't have to worry about the egg, and now we don't have to worry about retconning or puppeting Chris, so that's perfect. All right, so uh, you're walking down. This is exactly the alleyway right here where you see the desiccated cat. As you're turning on a Plov Street. Um, the uh, the needle and thread is located here. That white circle I just laid down. So, Micheline is moving Cove in that direction. Do you guys want to stop or you want to keep going on?
Hey, keep going. It has no meaning to me.
Okay.
I have nothing to be gained for my dead cat.
All right. So, uh, guys, enter the Needle and Thread. It does have a tavern on the first floor. It is a comfortable looking place, sort of a medieval like wattle and daub half timbered building. Uh, Big sign with no words on it, just a stylized thread going through the eye of a needle. Um, and inside you see a roaring hearth. There is it's sort of the strangest bar you've ever seen. Like there are old people and bikers and they're line dancing and it's just the strangest thing you've ever seen. I'm sorry, I can't.
Like, these people should not get along, but they do.
But they do, and man. Anyway, sorry, I'm telling a Chris Jones story. All right, uh, you 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 walk in, and it is actually though a hodgepodge of people. It was just the weirdest story he told at GameholeCon. And they were doing the weirdest things. They were dancing.
Electric slide.
They did the electric slide. Anyway, uh, so uh, you, but this is similar to that. People from all walks of life. Uh, and there are 3 bartenders working this bar, and the bar is packed as you walk in. In fact, you're somewhat concerned as you walk in that perhaps there might not be rooms in the inn. But Micheline walks with confidence to the bar, and she sort of talks, but you can't hear over the din. There's just so many people singing along. Cove, you notice that there is somebody who's not just a street performer who is on the stage. There is somebody quite good playing the music in this bar. Uh, Somebody of your level of talent who is leading this sing along that is and dance along that is happening here. And so Micheline does not try to shout over. In fact, she just speaks. You would have to strain to hear, but you can see that she's doing finger movements. And the bartender, one of the bartenders, signals over to a matronly looking woman who is also serving drinks on the far side of the bar. And that woman comes over, and she too uses finger movements communicating with Micheline. Uh, Anything you guys want to do?
I am only capable of communicating the rudest of things with finger movements.
I'm not sure what that means. Should we get a table?
You don't.
I'd rather have a drink.
You don't see a table. Also, there are tables, but they've all been like shoved against the walls, or people are dancing around them. It's the idea of trying to take a seat is even a little bit difficult to imagine at this time. It's just a raucous party going on in here.
Well, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. Should we party?
Micheline
I mean,
says,
that's what we're here for, yes?
"Don't worry, do what you wish. I've secured us 2 rooms, one for me and one for you all. We'll see about later, Cove."
Oh, right.
But she produces a bottle of. She doesn't produce. She puts down a gold and gets the shittiest looking wine. But it's the whole bottle. And she pulls out the cork and throws it back, taking a huge swig, and then she shoves it into your chest, Cove, and goes off to join the dancing.
I'm gonna hand it to Ulper. I'm gonna. Is there a bar?
Yeah, you're
Must
at
be a bar
you're at the bar. She
Okay.
did all that at the bar. So
I'd like to get something a little more expensive.
oh,
Something that'll taste better.
all right. So the older woman goes, "What can I get for you?"
Good bottle of red wine, please.
Did you say good?
As good as you got.
Okay, okay. And then she runs off to the back room. But everybody's having to shout. This is like a college bar on oldies night. That was a reference for Tony.
I got you.
Yeah.
They're doing the alligator and the beer that's laying on the ground.
Yep.
Yeah.
Somebody's dancing awkwardly in spilled alcohol. So, the wine comes back. She wants 10 gold for it if you want it still.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm down with that.
She takes your 10 gold, puts the bar down. She goes, "Enjoy, big spender. Do you want a glass or a wood cup?" And she's looking around at all the people getting their glasses knocked around. And
I'll have a wood cup.
okie doke. She brings you out a wood cup. And for your friends,
Ulfer is going to smell the cheap wine that was given to him and probably set it down once he realizes it's alcohol.
I'll take it.
Okay. So basically, the you have the situation here where Cove has purchased like a nice red wine, the nicest they can get in here in White Abbey, whereas uh, what Ben has picked up is night train. Uh,
You know that bottle would have cost 2 gold in a big city.
Manischewitz.
mhm. You could clean your bike chain with it. So, uh, all right. So it's nasty. But after a while, Micheline will come back and actually try to take it out of Ben's hands to take a swig. She just put her hand out to you.
Sure, that's fine. I'm more than willing to share.
She takes a swig and then does a little like a spin toss back to you to catch it and dances off. So the whole place is doing jigs and reels. It's loud as hell.
Uh, Ben is like tapping his foot along and enjoying, but mostly he's listening to everything going on around him, hoping to pick up some tales.
Give me a perception check. What are the rest of you doing?
I think I'm gonna hand my bottle to Oper and be like, "Don't lose it," and I'm gonna go join the dancing.
All right. Give me a performance check. I am looking for something for Ben's question. All right. It's a
Oh,
little
not very good.
not not you don't recognize the style of this folk dance. It isn't you're picking it up. I mean, 9 is above an average skill check roll. Well, not above. It's right at the average. You look a little bit like it's stilted for you, but you don't look like a bumpkin. You're not stepping on people's feet. Clearly, it's foreign to you, but you are graceful enough to make it work for you. Uh, Ben, uh, next to you, you hear a whispered conversation about um, how shitty White Abbey has gotten over the last couple weeks, and how little care uh, that the chaplain, that is the you are given to not given to know because they don't tell you, but you infer after a little bit of conversation that the chaplain is sort of the head of White Abbey, the elected official or the ruler, whatever. Hard to say how they come to be the chaplain, but this is clearly the ruler of the city of the town. Um, and things have gotten really bad to the point where they're not even taking care of the citizens anymore. And one of them says, "Yeah, I on my way over here, I saw that, yeah, old, and I'm trying to find my, I had so many problems with broadcasting the wrong screen that I cannot find which one I have my list of names on now. I don't know. I might have actually shut it down. All right, well, I'm gonna give him the name of Fagin because I want that name. So, uh, that old Fagin, he was dead in the street, frozen, if you can imagine. Frozen. We haven't even had an early frost yet. Well, he was frozen. Nobody seemed to care. They just rolled him out into the woods and left him out there. And that's what you can pick up before, it gets too loud necessarily for you to hear anymore.
I'm going to send Obi out into the shadows as well to listen.
Into the needle and thread, or is he going outside?
Oh yeah, in the bar.
Okay.
This is a busy place.
Oh yeah, easily is finding shadows to absorb into. So Obi sort of.
Well, he's also invisible, so he doesn't really care about the shadows. But
Yeah, oh, that's true. Okay, so Obi moves off into the.
More in the shadows for flavor than any actual.
Yes,
mechanic.
I like the idea of him like creeping under and hanging upside down under the bar ledge, and then moving into a corner over the hearth, kind of thing.
And I'd say everywhere he goes, like the shadows feel a little deeper, but
Yeah.
he's never visible.
Never visible. Gotcha. Ulfer, what are you doing?
Ulfer is just kind of looking around. He's probably going to hang out there. just right there with Ed's character. Shit, I just totally had a brain fart.
Ben.
Ben.
Ben, yes, Ben.
We haven't played in 3 months. It's okay.
Yeah, just gonna hang out right there with Ben, but he's just kind of looking around and taking it all in because he's never seen anything quite like this before.
Gotcha. All right. So you're taking it in, and eventually, um, the door opens. You're Ulfer's closest to the door, the main door. You guys are not too far. Well, actually, Cove is moving around the place. Cove is jigging and reeling throughout. Uh, but Ben is at the bar, I assume, still at the bar, listening in on conversations. He has sent Obi around to listen. Um, and Ulfer's the closest to the door as the door opens again. Yeah, you have been for over the last 15 minutes. You have been the last people to enter. So when the door opens, it's been a little while, and a woman walks in. She is very pale, uh, very fair-skinned, um, taller than average, approaching 6 foot tall, um, but otherwise not, um, you know, notable in any other other than being slightly tall. She's not like ridiculously thin or ridiculously large. She's just sort of an average build. Um, Black hair cut in a very severe manner. Um, Deep set eyes, and they are green, and she is somewhat scowling. And as she walks in, there's not quite the record skip of somebody walking into a bar they don't belong in, but there is a brief. Everybody, the three of you can pick it up that everybody's eyes have just moved over, marked that this person is in, and whispers are, you know, not right away, but people start talking and there's looks. It's not hard to tell that this person walking in has created, if not a noticeable, easy stir, at least a subtle one. And this woman walks right to the bar, right in front of Ulfer, and sort of brushes past Ulfer. Like, if you want, she may arm check you if you don't move out of the way.
He would move.
Okay, so she just walks as if anticipating you to move, and you do, uh, and she gives you a slight nod of a thank you for being polite and making way for me. Even though had you not, she would have. You get the sense she would have moved you, or tried to anyway. Uh, and then walks up to the bar, and she also does a number of hand signals rather than shouting at the bar.
I want to try to mark what the symbols, what they are.
How do you wish to do that?
Really, just observing. I want to be able to. I want to see what she does and then what she gets, and then I could maybe replicate it.
I'm going with a base intelligence check unless you give me something else you want to try.
That sounds fine.
Okay, give me an intelligence check.
Maybe investigation.
You can give me investigation. That would work.
It is only minimally different for me.
Either way, give me a roll. I'll take the investigation. Being that slightly above, I really liked Money Cook with the just having a set like, and so thinking about a 5 should be like anybody can do it, and so if you clear a 5, this is slightly better than anybody can do it. So, uh, so the you're picking up a couple things, but nothing revelatory. You're getting the idea that that certain things. I mean, you definitely get the sense that this hand signal thing was not surreptitious. No, there's no. You didn't pick up a double entendre. You didn't pick up anything. This was people who know how to talk to the bar owner and get their attention and not have to shout. So there's no like code going on here.
Yeah.
I mean, there's code, but there's no like secret society.
It's not
a
secret.
Shit. Yeah. You're. In fact,
it's not like a thieves' can't.
Ben
Not
might
that
be
Ben knows what
slightly
that is.
disappointed that there's no real secret in what he's picking up here, but it is a neat little trick for not having to shout if you can figure out how to do it. But that seems to be all it is from what you can gather with the aid.
Yeah.
Okay. Cove. You've been danced around quite a bit. Uh, and now you're picking up a couple things you've seen before. You've been in country dances before. The first one kind of threw you, but this one you know. And so you begin to I've seen this. Okay. And so now you're doing the thing with the whole like line up. Now you have a partner, you do the hands. It's like square dancing, but it's a very organized dance that's going on. You know the song the bard's playing, as a matter of fact. He is playing he is a singer and a drummer. So he is sort of just tapping out like a not a drummer per se, but like a bodhran, an Irish hand drum, a bodhran. And so he's and so he's handling the melody with his voice. He's handling the rhythm with the bodhran. Uh, and doing a couple of foot stomps as well. He maybe even has some jingles on his boots to add a little bit of flair to it, but he is mostly pumping it out. And this person's skilled. Uh, seems to be human, maybe 45 years old. Uh, he's dressed in he's got like no shirt sleeves on. He's got like a tunic on, light because he is moving. He is working hard. A little bead of sweat on his brow. Deep baritone voice. Sings with a clarity. Dark kind of curlyish hair. And you know what game he's got going on because the trousers are tight, the boots are pretty, uh, I got a big heel on him. This guy knows how to work a crowd, and
I am going to go over and get another cup,
okay,
and I'm going to bring him a drink.
nice, okay. So you procure another cup from the bar, and as he finishes up that song, he looks over at you and, oh, hello, friend.
Hi. How's it going tonight?
And he kicks the bag at his feet, and there's quite a few coins, and he goes, I've had worse. I've had worse. This isn't bad a night at all.
Would you like a little company?
Are you a player, sir?
I've been known to entertain a bar or two.
Well, come on up. Come on up. Let's see what you've got. I'll split what I keep what I've made so far, but anything up, we split.
Oh,
Fair,
of course.
Fair enough?
Absolutely.
All right. I will roll a performance check with him with a plus. I'll have the same plus you have because I'm saying he's basically the same level as you. So I don't remember what plus you've got.
Would you like me to just roll?
Yeah, just roll 2. Yeah. One for you and one for him. All right. Well, you outperform him a little bit, but he is the kind of guy who loves the jam, and so he's got a big grin on his face. I forgot what instrument you play.
I have a sham.
Okay, so you're doing like a flute type thing, right? That's a sham is a flute, right?
I thought it was like a guitar.
Oh,
I forget. It's been a long time.
I really don't remember. Now I'm gonna look. Sham.
It is a flute.
It's a flute.
You're right.
Okay. So
Flute your flute, Greg. Flute your flute.
So, you guys start jamming, and the coins start flowing in again, and now you've got the crazy, like, you ever go to like a Grateful Dead concert or similar, where people start doing the spin dancing, you know? They're not getting into a mosh pit type situation, but you've got the sort of Charlie Brown dancing in a
the night's early. We can get him to mosh.
All right.
We can do it.
Yeah, moshing to a drum and a flute that would be the jam, wouldn't it? All right.
No. Jethro
Um,
Tull.
Jethro Tull. Yeah, you guys are gonna do the Minstrel in the Valley. Uh, actually, that would rock. Um, but I would like to know what Ulfer is doing. You are standing next to this woman. She has now turned around and is doing the back to the bar, observing the group thing.
There's like two people over from Ben who's doing exactly the same
Yes. Okay.
thing.
Yes. Perfect. So, so Ulfer, who has been sort of, he has chosen to make way for her, but he is now a step away from the bar as she has taken where he was standing, and has turned around and put her back to the bar where he was standing. And two people over is Ben, who has his back to the bar. Anything you want to do, Ulfer?
Still just observing. I guess the thing that I'm looking for is, are there? Um, I'm feeling a little bit anxious, so I'm looking around just to make sure things are safe and kind of watching to see if, in very distrustful ways.
If you want to give me a perception check, if you're going for a generalized vibe check, that's fine. If there's something specific you want to look for, you can give me an investigation check.
We'll go with the general vibe for this one.
Okay. Your attention keeps getting drawn back to the woman standing next to you. Uh, the vibe that you have from her is she's impatiently waiting. And as even though she's scanning the room, she keeps darting her eyes to the main door. It's the problem that you have is this could be anybody. They could be waiting for a date, they could be waiting for anything except for the confidence of which this person has and the deference she's been given as she walked in the room. It's disconcerting. But that's all you get from a 9, unfortunately. Flipping to Ben.
Really just, well, mostly just listening and trying to pick up bits and pieces of things, but also like just slowly focusing on deepening the darkness around the bar a little,
Okay.
trying to draw the shadows in a bit.
It gets darker in the bar, particularly the shadows seem to cluster around even as you're trying to make it generalized, they gather slightly around you, they gather
Hmm.
slightly around Obi, and they gather slightly around this woman. After this rack,
But
oh, go ahead.
at some point, I want to have a moment where, like, when she glances around, I just want to like catch her in a side eye a little and wink at her.
Okay, we'll see if we can make that work. But I'm gonna check in next. The raucous song finishes, and Guy, who is now full on sweaty, uh, just puts the drum down and just puts his hand out to shake your hand. Uh, oh, it's outstanding to meet another musician of this caliber. Please, you must do another one. My name is Guy. Who am I playing with?
Cove Levine.
Cove Levine. Ah, this is what this is amazing. And he looks down, and you have doubled the money. The two of you playing together have doubled what he's made, and he's like, "This is outstanding. We must do one more." Um, are you from this area? How have I not heard of you?
I'm from around, but this is the first time to this town.
Yeah.
Do you
Well,
travel lots?
I just sort of move my way up and down this road. I have I have several taverns that I play here in White Abbey, but the big money for me is in Cloverdrum to the south.
Oh, I spent some time in Blaine Yard.
Oh, quite to the capital, the Northeast. Yes.
Yes.
Uh,
I thought I'd take my Sham on the road and see what kind of mischief I could get into.
Haha. Well, let's make some mischief, and he just starts playing like another song that you can follow into, and
All
um,
right.
uh, just for you, just we'll say whatever you roll, we'll get here, and if you clear 15 on this one, we're going to double that even. So you're already looking at having you've paid back. Unfortunately, no, but you didn't lose money, so you're almost clear to. Right now, you're looking down with all the silver and copper. You've already gotten your bottle of wine back, uh, getting close. So, uh, the door shudders but does not open in between those songs while you're having that conversation. And the woman stiffens, looks up, and then looks left and right and makes eye contact with Ben. Are you going to give her the winky wink?
Oh yeah, for sure.
She just stops and looks at you. Make a perception check.
Okay.
Or Arcana, your choice.
I have expertise in one and no training in the other, so we'll do the expertise.
My game bag was right behind my chair and I fell over it.
Only an 11 though.
An 11. You don't necessarily feel anything. You don't know necessarily what has occurred, but you do have the sense of a tiny bit of something reaching out and touching you. There's a caress of cold, and it's gone as quickly as it sets in.
Okay. I'm
No,
going to
no, no harm.
telepathically.
No harm.
I'm going to telepathically tell Obi to follow her tonight.
Okay. Another song happens, another dance, Ulfer, anything that you wish to be doing at this time. The
It,
the vibe you're getting from this room is mostly congeniality. You realize you've come in here on the last day of the work week. You're basically at a very popular tavern at the end of a long work week. But
did
there's a little
w-
weirdness in the room.
would Ulfer have been able to perceive the shutter?
From that the cold that went out.
The door.
Yeah,
The door. Oh, the door.
Do you mean
Yes.
when the door shook?
yeah.
Yes, you did see it.
Um, Ulfer probably at that time would have started to move uh, through the room so that he could keep an eye on both of his friends and see the door more clearly, but not be right next to it.
Okay. You walk a little bit closer to the door. Now, this is a door with a glazed window in it. So you can look out into Plough Street from here.
Oh, he would have moved away from the door
Oh, away from the door. I'm sorry, I misunderstood
to
you.
get
Okay.
to get further away from the door so that he could see the door and see his friends at the same time.
Gotcha. All right, so you're sort of in that like, man, I'm like describing every college bar I've ever been in here, but like there's the part where everybody's hanging out. There's the part where there's the bar. There's the part
You're in the alcove by the pool table.
exactly that nobody's at right now because if anybody's
Yep.
playing pool right now, they're losers, right? Like, so you're you're sitting in that area, and it's not. There are other areas like this, but you know not to go in those because that's where the wait staff are moving. Like you're gonna get knocked over. So this is the place to be a wallflower. So you've established your post in the wallflower section of the bar. Uh, Not too long after you do that, the door shutters again, and this time a person walks in. They're improbably short, And by
You
improbably,
cut out a second there. What?
they are improbably short.
Gotcha.
And by that I mean they're not short enough to be a halfling. Halflings are, we've established in Navyshla, halflings are nearly as common as humans. They tend to be seafaring. Some of them have been landed. This is not a halfling. This is a human who is nearly halfling height, about 5 inches taller. Uh, so just shy of 4 feet. Is that right? Because halflings are like 3.5 feet tall.
3.
Okay. So this one's
Halflings range from 2.5 to 3. Gnomes range from 3 to 3.5.
see, in Pathfinder it's the opposite, so I've never gotten my head around that. I've always thought gnomes were shorter than halflings.
Well,
Uh,
gnomes are the size of the garden things, so
that's how I think of them. But uh, I'm gonna just retcon a little bit because I want them to be like 4 feet tall. So, but they don't look like a dwarf, and dwarves are rare in Navyshla to begin with. So you don't. It's a very short human. Uh, it's a male to the best of your ability to discern because they are wrapped in purplish bandages. Um, they looks like they've kind of ritually wrapped bandages around themselves. And they walk directly up to the woman at the bar. There's a slight head bow, and then she does some hand signals to him, and he nods twice. She then brings the the alcohol she has received and hands it to him, and he walks out. All of this is clear as day sight. If you look around, passive perceptions being 11 to 14 or 16,
16.
16, you can see there's a little bit of nerviness. And then as soon as that guy leaves the room, everybody kind of and they go back to dancing.
is there anyone standing in the little alcove with Ulfer?
No, you are alone. Oh man, we got a bad bot.
Did we?
Ban. It was the
Wasn't paying
politest.
enough attention.
It was the politest bot though. It was sorry to
Yeah,
bother
sorry
you.
for bothering you.
Yeah, yeah,
But I want to sell you bullshit.
exactly. All right.
Would you like some bullshit?
Well, it's different than the shit that I normally carry around. Sure. Okay. So, all of you would have seen that. Anything you guys wish to do?
Um, maybe in the next break in the songs,
Yep.
ask the my fellow bard if he knew what was going on there.
I'm going to tell Obi to follow the little man.
Okay. Obi goes and follows the little man. Guy says, "Oh, hmm, maybe we take a 5 minute break, huh?" And he pulls out a pipe and gets some tobacco out and stuffs a tobacco pipe, lights it. So your first time in White Abbey. So, um,
Aye.
yeah. He offers you any tobacco in case you want some,
Nope.
but
No, no. My my lungs and my throat are my business, so
Aha.
I can't.
This is what lets me sing the blues. And he puts,
Uh,
so then he says, well, this is a little bit of a new religion here. It's only, as far as I know, it's only here in White Abbey. The chaplain does not approve. Uh, these are folk who say that the dragons aren't the rightful gods. You see, there's a heresy, but well, unique there, and he kind of has a point, but you know who he's talking to. Unique has sway, so people allow it. But there's dark whispers.
well, who do they say are the real gods?
Some they say that at one point we were ruled by a people of light, which was balanced by a people of shadow. And we've forgotten our old ways. Then they say that they're here to restore the balance. But I don't know, I don't feel too unbalanced with the dragons, do you? They seem to be working out just fine for me. And he kicks the bag of gold, or the
Yeah,
bag of coins.
yeah, I do well as well. I certainly don't want to rock the boat.
Well, so I try not to piss them off because there's no reason to piss off people who will give you a coin if they're in a good mood. But I don't carry any truck with it either.
In our profession, that's probably a good thing.
Yeah, I am.
I'll take coin from anybody. I don't care what they've done or what they believe.
Yeah, coin is what facilitates the good time. It gets me. I don't mind providing a good time. I don't mind being the good time. I don't mind uh, facilitating a good time for other people that I can enjoy. But a good time is what I'm here for.
How long have you been in White Abbey?
Oh, this jaunt, I've been here about getting on towards the moon. 4 weeks. It's probably time I ought to be heading down south. But the coin's been unnaturally good this season here. New money's been coming in, so I
That's
might hang on a bit longer, see what I can grab.
just try to recall. We've gone through like drought-stricken areas, haven't we? Or have
Yes.
things been pretty good?
No, things have been really awful to the north.
Hmm.
Is what I
Well,
think
that's
I said.
interesting.
Yeah.
Perhaps I should stick around as well.
Yeah. Well, it'd make a good team. Wouldn't want to be on the opposite side of town from you, that's for sure.
I'd never take your business.
I appreciate it. You're a good
You do
man
too
there,
well
Cole.
for yourself, and I'm sure the people here have gotten used to you.
Well, I hope so. It's been 4 years I've been coming here every fall, so I hope so. Uh, all right. Obi has flown out the bar and is
Yeah.
following this short man. Uh, now, about half a block, and I will ping you here, Ed, on the map. About
Okay.
here, heading southwest. Uh, his gait slows, and he starts favoring a leg, and now he's dragging the leg. But he continues on and
Okay.
turns onto Cordonnier Boulevard, heading west, and into this house here. What OB sees when he gets to the door is that the lintel has been smeared with some sort of stain.
Okay.
Dark. In the night, it's hard to make out, but it isn't black. It's a dark color that has stained the wood even darker over the lintel. He shuts the door. There are no lights in the room, and yet Obi can still hear, for a brief period of time, that he is moving about confidently through the room.
Obi also has dark vision.
Okay, so Obi can go to the window if you wish.
Yeah. Is there glass in the windows?
There is.
Okay. Yeah. He'll look in.
All right. As he looks in the window, he can see that this person clearly also has dark vision and is moving comfortably throughout. No lights, and Obi, maybe even
Is he still dragging the foot?
he is. Um, he begins to sort of peel off the layers of wrapping, and his skin is sort of peeling off with the layers. Almost like he's peeling a vegetable layer off. And the flesh underneath is purpley and like a veined vegetable substance, translucent. Uh,
So
but
Obi's been communicating these things to Ben,
okay,
and Ben is going to shift his vision into Obi. So he's at the bar, but suddenly his eyes go blank and he can't hear or see anything around him.
okay. So you now see perfectly well that this person is skin is rotting away into the best thing. Ben's not from around here, so
True, that's true.
I will say Ben just says it's this translucent, veiny, purplish colored substance. Dusty walked in. I think she knows what I'm describing. Thank you. Anyway, Ulfer, you are in the corner.
And Ulfer, you see Ben give a visible shudder.
Would I be able to see his eyes go blank?
Well, they don't go blank, I think, as in like they turn like black or white or anything. He just sort of stares. You can make a perception check if you wish to. Like if you are trying to find out if Ben is paying attention to what you're paying attention to, you can make a study of him. Yeah, it's too subtle. It's too subtle. I think Ben wouldn't be like when he goes into that wouldn't be like it would be more like that. So it would be hard for you to tell. A 10 is probably a little low for that.
Am I still alone over there in that room?
You are. You're not in a room. You're just on the side of the bar where nobody's hanging out because you can't dance back there.
Oh, okay.
You're where the pool table would be.
Hmm. Um, is there anybody else that's standing near me that is by themselves?
Not really. Um, you see a couple of you don't see anybody who's a loner, but you do see a couple of couples who like a few, maybe two or three, who are gathered around the bar who don't seem to be interested in dancing and are not paying any attention to Cove and Guy who are performing. But nothing necessarily nefarious stands out about that. They just might be here for a drink and didn't expect there to be music being played at the volume that's being played.
Got it.
That happens sometimes.
I'm just
Especially
gonna
at the Sheridan.
At the Sheraton.
It's It's karaoke night.
No, it's worse.
No, that would have been way better.
That would have been sorry at the hotel at GaryCon. We all weren't staying in this hotel, but we were there, and this guy was playing, and it's a hotel lobby, and there's 10 people in there, and for some goddamn reason, he decided to crank his PA up to 15, and there was no need for that. He didn't need amplification at all.
All of the people that were in the bar were sitting within 10 feet of him.
And so it was deafeningly loud in there, and everybody just fled. And he goes, I'm just trying to make a living. And I'm like, you'll do better making a living turning it down. Just play your songs without being at 15, you fuck. Anyway.
Literally, last year, that same bar that night was packed.
Mm-hmm.
And there was nobody there because this guy was so fucking loud, nobody wanted to be in the room.
I like live music. It was bad. Anyway, all right, so I'm joking about that. But that is the vibe that you get from these 3 couples, these 6 people. They're like, I'd come here to talk, and it's really loud. But they look around, and the other people who are here, they were here to see the loud-ass country singer. So it's not that the singer in this case was wrong, but they may have made the wrong choice in tavern. But that's what you got. However,
Um,
do you want me to
Go
go
ahead.
my however? Okay. However, as you are looking around and you look at the third couple, right against the window next to you, out from the outside, you see a hand hit the glass. It's blue. It's like it should be a pinky humanoid color, but it's turned a pale whitish blue, and it hits the windows right next to you, and then slides off. You hear it, and maybe Ben can hear it. Nope, Ben's senses are elsewhere. And the one couple that also is sort of, they just turn around just in time to just see a little bit of shit, and then they go, oh, what was that? And then they just turn back. You're the only one who hears this, and then the hand slides away from the window.
So I'm going to look out the window and see if I see anything.
You look down. The first thing you see as you look out the window is you see a wispy, oily trail dissipate into the night air. And as you look down, you see what appears to be the corpse of an elderly man. He also looks frozen and desiccated.
I'll walk over to the bar and tell one of the bartenders that there's someone outside that needs help.
Oh, is one of our paying customers?
On your property, outside that window.
Well, okay. Probably another Villiers Avenue, and then grabs like a shawl and pulls out like a butcher knife, like a really wicked looking butcher knife from behind the bar. He goes, fine, I'll go look. And she kind of throws the bar hatch thing, throws it up, throws it down behind her, and walks past you out there, and then takes 2 steps into the street, and she screams.
Do others inside the bar hear?
What?
Do other people inside the bar hear this?
Several people will hear it. Not everybody, because there's music. So some people will hear it, and then it'll slowly, it'll finally get to Cove and Gee up on the stage, like, and people will start moving towards the windows, towards the end. They're all speaking out there. And if you move over to the window near you, you will see that she has dropped the knife, and she is looking down at this man who has, his jaw is wide open. He is frozen, and it looks like all of his teeth have been removed. Also,
Is there
it's
someone we
it's
can
about
contact?
it's about 45 degrees out Fahrenheit. I don't know what that is in Celsius.
Above 0, which is the important
Yeah.
part.
Yeah,
Yeah.
above freezing.
Ofer is going to move in and uh, go to Cove to tell him what he saw.
Okay.
The town's got guards, right?
Was the scream loud enough for Obi to have heard it?
No, because this
Okay.
is where you guys are, and
Yeah.
this is where Obi is.
Like 120 feet.
Yeah, maybe he might have.
I'm gonna have Ben roll a perception check because if I heard that from the direction Ben is, he would shift his attention back.
Okay, yeah. I'll make the DC 13.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
yeah. So I just come back to my senses.
okay. Click. Um, and now the woman she's dropped the knife and she's gonna pick it up and she's like, "Oh, Yakov."
What a country!
I know. It was. Who knew? Anyway, Yakov is dead. So she will uh, go back into the room. Now, as you come to your senses, Ben, you are pulling back into your senses just as the woman, the aloof woman who pushed past Ulfer, is walking past you towards, the northwest portion of the bar and is walking up towards the stairs going to the rooms. She is leaving the tavern area. Everybody else is moving towards the door. She moves to the northeast.
Uh, as she's walking past, it's, uh, can I buy you a drink before you retire?
No response. Do you want to try again?
No,
With effort, like persuasion or anything?
nope. If there's no response at all,
Okay. She moves on. Everybody else is sort of like now the music stopped, I guess, because I would think Cove and Guy have stopped playing because people are now all pressed on. And Yakov, you pick up very quickly that Yakov's a regular. Yakov is beloved of this area. He's a regular. He's the norm of this bar, is what you're quickly picking up. And anything you guys want to do?
Well, Oper, do you want to go deal with it? Or should we just allow the guards to do their job?
I'm just leery about what is happening.
Well, I was having a good time until everybody decided to go look at the windows.
And that's all Ofer's going to say. It's kind of awkward.
Okay. All right. So you two look at each other and have that brief conversation. Anything Ben's gonna do differently after trying to stop her? She does not pay attention to you. What do you do?
uh, Obi wasn't seeing anything interesting. He's gonna come back and I'm gonna have him come back and look around the body,
Okay.
figure
Um,
out figure out what we can learn there.
okay. So now that Obi is paying a great deal of attention and as Ben, well, no, I'll let you make this determination. You start getting information from Obi that leads you to believe this is very, very similar to the cat that you saw,
Hmm.
but hard to say completely. Uh, the fat and any water from the body is gone, and yet there's frost rime all over them. But the rictus, this frozen rictus on their face, reveals that several, if not all, of the teeth, I'm going to say several, not all, several of the teeth have been removed from the body um, forcibly. There's blood around the gums as if they have been torn out of their sockets.
Is that is that familiar to me in any way?
Uh,
That
so
concept?
here's a new thing, Ed. No, it is not.
Well, I wasn't sure if any
Yeah.
of the other stuff would be familiar to Ben. Like,
It's no. I actually made a decision a couple days ago when I was thinking about this that Ben left and shit got weird. So
yeah, I don't. I mean,
yeah, yeah,
as we've said, Ben's not supposed to be here.
yep. Ben's not supposed to. Ben's not supposed to be here. So you have not seen this shit.
Yeah.
This is. But I will say, no, you didn't see it. You didn't see it. No, you have nothing. You have nothing right now. We'll find out what you. Others of you saw stuff. If you hear it, we'll deal with that later. So
Yeah. Just have Obi probably has seen everything he's gonna see.
yep. Okay. The bartender starts calling, like ringing a bell and going, "Last call. We've had enough excitement. We're gonna have to call in the guard." Um, God knows they haven't had to move in this far before. Um, and she sends out like there's a sort of a like maybe a 17-year-old boy that she claps a pot on his head and goes, "All right, here's a knife," and she hands him another really wicked like carving knives. All right, go get the guard boy, and sends him out, and he goes to get the guard, and she's like, "If you got places to be, you best find it. If you haven't booked a room here, you best find a room." Uh, and At this point, Micheline rejoins the group and says, "You guys are in room 6. I am in room 4. Have a good evening." And I didn't think it would be quite this exciting, but I knew it would be exciting. And she kind of gives you a bit of a smile and a flourish, and she walks upstairs.
As the bar is clearing out, I'm gonna pull out one of the stools and sit at the bar.
Okay. So the matronly woman, the other two women are cleaning up. The matronly woman walks up to you and she says, "Not faint of heart, are you? Not looking for a
Well,
room just yet?"
we have a room. Michelin provided for us.
Oh, you're one of the
So
3, huh? Or
I'm
4.
only. I'm going to finish my drink, deal with my shock in my own way, and have a quiet evening.
I tell you what. And she goes underneath the bar and she pulls out a golden amber liquid. And she goes, "If you have one with me," and she'll pour 2 shots.
My pleasure. My name is Ben.
Uh, they call me Madame Aubrey.
Madame Aubrey.
To your
It's a
health,
pleasure.
Ben.
It's a beautiful bar.
It is a beautiful bar. She says it as if she's pissed off. It is! She throws away. Cove, Guy is engaging with you. He says, "Well, seems like you have a room for yourself up here. I am going to head back up a little bit north of here. I have a friend I'd like to see before they call it a night. But if you're here tomorrow, I will be playing down in Chastain Square, right in the center for tips in the morning. I wouldn't mind sharing a bit of a pot of gold with you."
Possibly. Are
Yeah.
you sure it's safe to go out there?
What's safe? Dude, we've all
Well,
traveled some dangerous roads, haven't we?
of course. I'd
Uh,
hate to see you die, though.
no, I. Ah, tell me what. Tell you this, or not tell you this.
I'll
If
tell you what.
if you don't see me tomorrow,
I'll tell you what.
I will write a song about the fact that we dueled uh, we'll call it the devil went down to Abbey. uh, to Abbey, to White Abbey, uh, and if I don't see it tomorrow, you write it where I win, and if I don't see you tomorrow, I'll write it as you win. That'll be the fitting honor, because gotta have a good time even when you go, sir. And to that I say good night to you.
Good night.
And he shakes your hand and just walks away. He's just he's a happy-go-lucky guy. And he jumps off the stage. He grabs his half of the loot, and you have 13 gold that you have made total.
Ah, nice.
It that's all from copper and silver and everything, but it was a huge pile, and he'd been counting it out. He'd kept his bit, and then he had counted out, and you made 13 gold. He's like, "This is a fine haul." He's like, "Nothing can get me tonight," and he's gonna walk off towards
There goes
Villiers
a dead
Avenue.
man.
Can I go to the barkeep and see if there's another room?
Oh, there is. You want your own room separate?
Absolutely.
Um, well then, yes. That'd be. I'll tell you what. I'll give you a discount. You did us a favor tonight. Be 5 silver.
All right, I can do that.
All right, 5 silver for you, and you have your own room. And she also, she looks over at you, and she says, "She's your friend wanting a drink too," and she'll pour 2 more shots. She's like, "I just wouldn't mind the company. I'm a little unnerved."
Alfred doesn't normally drink, but if he doesn't want it, I'll take it.
I'll race you for it.
I throw mine back.
Well, then, if you're thirsty, you can have it. Ulford, do you want it there, or should I give it to your friend here?
I'll just hand it over.
All right. You are a stoic big man, aren't you?
I'm not sure what that means, but I'm not into drinking the alcohol.
Man, it's just like not the Tony I know.
Few words, but
Different, right?
Yeah, it's different for Tony and from Newman. So
Yeah. Well, Newman might have just been Tony.
yeah,
Let's be honest.
let's be fair. All right. Well, fair enough then. But you get it, Ben. All right. Well, hey, I happy to have met you. I'm Madam Aubrey. This is my bar. It's the Needle and Thread. I used to be a seamstress, but fell on hard times with the cloth work, and thought perhaps I could make a little bit of money brewing my own. So that what you're drinking here is my own special whiskey.
well, this way you are only weaving a different tapestry.
Haha. Stories, which are the best kind of weave. Am I right?
I agree.
They are
So
amongst the best.
can you tell us a story about what's going on tonight? People dying?
This is new. I don't like it. And she makes a sign that you recognize as a sign towards Trenor Goldenmane, who is the Gold Dragon God. Trenor is the god of shopkeepers, merchants, those who take risks uh, in order to. But don't take risks that hurt other people. They're people who are entrepreneurs who are really trying to make the world a better place. You have a sort of a, a a good heart, but also an ambitious heart. Those are the people who tend to follow Trenor, um, and so you recognize the sign, and she says, "But these cultists, I don't know. They're gaining ground here. Folk aren't believing in the dragons the way they used to. They think it's all, you know, what good are they? They don't help me. But I know that my prayers to Trenor are heard." And she kisses a gold piece and puts it in a purse, and tucks it in her
Seems a
sleeve.
little arrogant to think that you should have personal attention from a deity. I don't, not toward you. I mean to those who say they don't listen, they don't respond.
I guess to each their own, but I guess for the longest time we always thought to each their own meant, oh yeah, sure, you're a fan of Loxa, you're a fan of, Connie Bavish, but uh, now this is new. It's they're winning people over, and I get nervous.
What would happen if the gods just went away? The dragons, they all left.
Heaven forbid that ever happened. The gods have always been here. We've always had the dragons to look after us. It wouldn't be right. I don't know where I go every night and I part with 1 gold for every 10 gold I make, as is proper. And Trenner's always looked after me.
Your business does seem to be thriving, so I would continue with that. But
I
I just worry that someday they may not be around.
well,
And what would come after that?
oh, and she shudders. And she says, "Well, we wouldn't know, would we? They've always been here.
Yes.
They say the dragons keep us from the other places. They keep us free of the Nissi. They keep us free uh, of the Yuan Su. All of the all of those other groups that we don't know nothing about. The dragons keep us safe from them. If they were to fail, all those other groups would. Well, I mean, what might they do?
Well, that certainly remains to be seen. If
Uh,
seen at all.
I'm just a small. I mean, I know how little I am on this world. I don't want to live in fear. I don't want to be somebody who can't welcome somebody new. I'm happy to have you here. I'm happy to have all you here. Wow, I went from French to Appalachian with that. Um, uh, but she is happy. I'm gonna go to narrative here because if I act it out, I'm gonna end up for some reason going into Southern America. Uh, but I am happy to have you here. I'm happy to have new people. I'm just a little scared about what these new beliefs are going to bring.
And do you think the new beliefs are tied to the death here tonight?
Well, there's people saying things like that, and she looks around and she says it super quietly. And when she says it, she taps the bar 3 times. There's
Who
just.
is the man in the bandages?
Well, that's that's old Breland. Old old Breland's just not been well his whole life. He's always had issues. He's born with problems. Legs didn't work right, bones didn't grow together right. Um, he was brought to all the healers. All the dragons tried to do it. He couldn't fix the body, so he just was meant to be. Uh, I don't think he much liked that.
He had something to do with the woman who came in tonight.
Well, I mean, yeah,
Is she
Anik
of
and
this
Anik,
cult?
yes, Anik's sort of the he's the top. She's the she speaks she speaks for she calls it she calls it the
She is upstairs if you want to watch volume.
Okay. Thank
I don't
you.
know if that's normal, but she did go up after the body was found.
She paid for a room, but oftentimes when she pays for a room, I go up there. She's not there. She says
Perhaps she is not there. She did. She went that way.
she calls herself the Speaker of the Lake.
Of the lake?
Yeah, Lake. I don't know what that is.
What room's she in?
Well, if she's taken a room, she's in room 4. Or no, sorry, room 3. You're in 4. You're in 4.
No, we're in 6. Micheline
Yeah.
is in 4.
Oh, right. Sorry.
We just traveled here with this cult lady?
No, you did not. No, she's
No.
in 3.
Did you guys want to go talk to her?
I tried. She ignored me.
I'm hard to ignore, so I'm gonna go up and talk to her.
Okay. She, Madam Aubrey pours you another shot and just moves it over with the eyebrows up like, you want this before you go?
Nah, I'm good.
Okay. With she downs it.
I will be downstairs. If you are being murdered, yell loud.
Gotcha. I should be okay though.
Okay. Cove, you go up the stairs up to room 3. All the doors appear. Now there's candles in like hurricane glass throughout the hallway, so it's a lit hallway, and you have no problem finding room 3. You knock on the door, no answer. I assume you knock on the door. Sorry, I shouldn't say that you did that. What do you want to do?
Oh
when you
no,
get to the
I'd
door?
probably knock on the door.
Okay, sorry.
Try the handle. Is it locked?
It is locked.
Huh. Hey, Dad. Dad,
Are you being murdered?
I could use your assistance.
Is that a yes or a no?
Make a choice. I'm being
I'm
murdered.
going upstairs.
All right. So, before we go to that, she's going to, Madam Aubrey is going to lean over to Ulfer and say, "Are you one of the folk who can change?"
What do you mean by change?
When I was a little girl, we went really far north, and there are people who live up in the hills, the mountains up there, and I didn't see anybody who could change, but they wore their hair like you do. Dad used to work with the provisioners, so we went north quite a bit. Never did establish a trade route. Everybody's trying up there, but he said that there were folk up there who were special. I'll keep your secret. I'm just curious.
I am from the north.
Well, I didn't mean no disrespect.
None taken.
Is there a drink that would be palatable to you?
I was trying to think of something that might not be great in a bar.
Milk.
Yeah, I was gonna say goat's milk or something like that.
Oh, we usually work that into cheese, but let me go see, and she'll go and see if she can get you some goat's milk. All right, you guys go up to the north, up to the north.
What is it that you need?
Yeah.
I need this door open.
Alfred might be better than me. I'll give it a shot, though.
Don't you have
I'll see about picking that lock.
All right.
Okay.
I thought you did, but I wasn't sure. It's been a long time.
It's a little tricky.
Yeah, it doesn't open. It's not a great lock, but it didn't work. I mean, you don't break your picks or anything, but it's not gonna.
And, maybe if I was feeling properly inspired. Anyway,
Uh,
I'll go get the drink.
okay, you
Hmm.
do that.
All right. Anything you want to do at the door, or are you gonna let him walk back and he goes back to get a drink?
I'm just looking to see if I have any spells that can help with this situation, but it doesn't appear that I do.
Or anything
Uh,
else inspiring.
yes.
Well, inspiration, I think you have to call ahead of time, right?
Uh-huh.
Bardic
Yeah.
inspiration would need to be given in advance, but
Yeah.
would do it.
Yeah, it would. Yeah.
But it's too late for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I will assume that she's sleeping. That's unfortunate. I'll head down to the bar too.
Okay.
So what's
I
the plan for tonight, guys?
Well, the murder sort of put a damper on much plans.
and at
Going
this
to.
point, actually, the guards have come and gathered up the body, and it's really unceremonious. And Madame Aubrey kind of sort of does a little bit of towel clutching, like as they pick him up and just sort of dump him on a cart and pull him away.
Did he have family?
Yeah, he did. I don't know if they'll notify him. I suppose I'll probably whip round. I'll probably rip round the tavern tomorrow around dinner time. See if we can raise up some money for a funeral for him. They weren't well off. Just just farmers. But he was well loved.
Huh. Well, then I'm sure people will ante up.
They will. I There's good folk here yet.
That's good.
Well, I myself am gonna go to bed. I trust. And she gives a look at Cove and then a stronger look at Ulfer, but does not make eye contact with Ben. Uh, and says, I trust if I leave you here in the bar, you'll pay for anything you take. And she's, good night to you. You have your keys.
Good night.
You guys are
I
in the
haven't
bar
paid for
alone.
anything yet.
Sorry, what did you say?
You're in the
Ed?
bar. You're in the bar alone, and Ed has not paid for
I,
anything yet.
all Ben's been drinking is the wine that was handed to him.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and you
Um,
you do get a glass of goat milk before she goes, Ulfer. It's run out to you.
If you leave that out long enough, it will probably ferment.
Or
did you
become
guys learn
feta.
anything interesting tonight?
The town has gotten worse over the past few weeks.
Oh, you've been here before.
No, I
No.
was just listening.
Oh.
Uh, there was the small man in the bandages. He seems to be having some health issues, certainly. His skin is coming off.
Wait, what?
Yes, that's all. I don't know what that means. Is that not normal?
If you describe it in as best detail you can.
Yeah.
Actually I want to see how this plays out. This would be a kind of fun mechanic, or I'll leave it to you guys. You tell me. But what I have in mind is if you want to describe what you saw through the eyes, I could give that a performance check, and then that would let them really have a good idea of what you saw.
Give it
Because
a shot.
you've never seen anything like this. Okay.
For good.
Yeah. So the two of you get a very distinct, as he describes this to you, you get the sense that as he was peeling these layers of purple cloth away, it was ripping his skin off, and underneath, instead of muscle and sinew and bone, it was the flesh of a beet, a blackish purple beet.
You're muted.
I think
You're
you're
muted.
muted, Tony. You're
Tony,
muted,
Tony, you're
Tony.
muted.
You are muted. Karen,
Damn it, Kathy!
fix Tony. Kathy. Yeah, Kathy. Fix Tony.
um, does that ring a bell for Ulfer at all?
No, it does not. But
You know what beats are, so
but
you're ahead of Ben.
you know what beats are. Ben does not. And that's never been a thing you've ever seen. Somebody who have, as he describes it, it's this purple vegetative substance. It's mildly translucent. It's got weird veins in it, but it's got a blackish kind of undercoat color to it. It's almost as if he peeled away his skin to reveal the flesh of a beet.
That seems remarkable to me. I don't know. It's a little strange.
Are these things normal in cities?
Well, not to me.
No. I don't think so. And he was talking to the lady upstairs?
Well, no, down here they were talking. She went upstairs later.
Yes. Did they give each other anything?
She gave him a bottle of wine.
For the pain, probably.
I don't know. He walked back to his home. About halfway, he started to limp, and then slowly dragging his foot behind him. Hey, body falling apart. Time to get a new one, huh?
Yeah, I suppose. Is this something that we want to deal with? I was going to ask the lady about her new religion, but
You
she's
just
not
asked
home.
if we saw anything interesting. It's just the things I noticed.
Okay. What about you,
The,
Alper? You see anything?
the woman had some power over cold. That seems important.
She had power over who?
Cold. She looked at me a little chill.
Do you think she killed the guy outside?
Yeah, it could be.
Or one of her followers? She was here.
It's a good alibi, of course.
Yes.
Maybe that's why she was here.
Huh.
To be visible when it happened.
Well, who wants a drink?
All right.
Good one.
All right. I think even though we didn't have like a big combat thing, I think this is where we're going to pick it up because if we have another player join us, I may have them either join this bar or I might have them be somebody that Bone Splitter meets outside of town and brings in with them. But we'll discover that over the next couple weeks because, as is our tradition, if we have somebody new join this group, they're going to have to create part of the world. So uh, I will be interviewing if that person jumps in. We'll see if they'll do an interview with me over a cocktail or two, and we'll get or a Dr Pepper if that's what they choose. Uh, but that's where we will pick up next time. Is you guys rejoining, and I think I'm just gonna bring us to a close, and then we'll talk off stream a little bit here if you guys are okay with that. And we'll call this a Donnacam adventure. They have entered White Abbey, They know that the ruler is called the chaplain. They know that there is a insurgent religion that has started to gather adherents to it that seems to believe that there is a light and a dark, a duology, instead of a polytheistic pantheon of gods. And we'll pick that up later. Oh, well, I guess it's also important to know that one of their party is sitting outside of town with an egg of a dragon that represents that pantheon of gods. So,
Paul, I appreciate that you're wearing a beat-related T-shirt for this.
I am wearing a beat-related T-shirt. That's awesome. I didn't even think of that. It's just turn up the beat. All right, but until next time, and thanks Ed for the re-rolls. Although we didn't get to a combat where we needed one, but they'll be there
We'll
next.
have them.
It's gonna come the next game for sure. So until we're here next time, which I think will be on, I think I'm gonna draw this week some point. But other than that, I think the next thing will be a Sunday.
2 weeks from now, I'm out again.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay. We'll get that sorted in a little bit. But until then, I think we have a Giants Drow game next Sunday. And other than that, look for some schedule changes. We're hopefully going to be bringing some new games to the channel here in the very near term. But until then, roll some dice, play some games, and give of time and treasure to causes that are meaningful to you. We'll see you on the flip side, y'all.